What's up, guys? Good morning from Seoul, Korea. Right now it's 5:40 a.m. I'm not tired. I'm happy to be alive. I'm not tired at all. I didn't end up sleeping 2 hours later than intended due to a bunch of surprise work that I wasn't expecting. That's not what happened. Uh, Actually, I slept 3 hours later than expected. Now that I think about it. Anyway, anyway, today's a new day. New day, new successes. I guess I'll just do a quick update for my Discord that I'm starting to chill. Today's gonna be a quick stream. Just gonna do a quick, just gonna do a like a 20-minute ish to stream, just to get back into the rhythm. I know that the last couple weeks it's been kind of a mess, so yeah, just getting back into the rhythm right now. I have this new machine. I finally set up my scenes so I can like switch around. Do. All right. Anyway, sorry. That's just me being fancy. Yeah. So I have I have that going on, and also this, by the way. Do. Yeah. So I got this all going. Daniel, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Are you shouting out from the States? Let me. So today I'm just, you know what? It's my morning. I'm just gonna chill. So I started like zoning out on Twitter. Oh, Killer Dan. Oh, Killer Dan from the Discord. Hey, well, welcome to the stream for the first time, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, good to see you. Yeah. No, I remember. I remember. By the way, there is a minor lag between you chatting and me seeing it, so that's gonna cause a little bit of awkwardness. But by the way, Daniel, since your name says Daniel, I'm gonna call you Daniel instead of Killer. But do you have questions on the? I think you expressed interest on the suddenly I'm very inarticulate. August SAT prep course. I think you did. If so, any questions about it or any thoughts? I'm curious. Even if you decide not to take the class, which you don't have to. It's not you have to decide what's right for you. I'm just wondering where your thinking is, where you are right now. Meanwhile, look at this random, look at this genius guy. He was posted, at least on my feed, right next to each other. And this is an interesting quotation. This guy is a high school dropout, and he won the Field Medal, which is it's like the Nobel Prize of math. I mean, there is a Nobel Prize for math, but this is like a really, really, really intense math one. Uh, I have this math competition experience that you have to be fast, Wong said, but June is the opposite. If you talk to him for 5 minutes about some calculus problem, you'd think, oh my God, he's so slow. uh, which, it kind of reminds me of the SAT reading. I'm not going to compare myself to a Fields medalist, but okay, I am. I read really slowly on purpose. Uh, Daniel, yeah. No pressure, obviously, but I just didn't know where you were at. And by the way, your parents may have, your parents may like or dislike things, or maybe they're curious about things. And I don't mind sharing more about myself, because from your parents' perspective, it's gonna be like, hey, he's this random guy on YouTube. Like, how the hell do you know he's not just gonna take my money and run? Like, that's a legitimate concern. I mean, if I had a child, if I, if I had if I had a child, they're like, oh, I met this dude on YouTube and he's gonna teach me SAT. I'd I'd literally have the same reaction. I'd be like, What? So, yeah, if they are concerned, let me know what their concerns are. Like I mean, we can do the boring work of proving that I'm not like a huckster. Like literally, it can be as simple as if you Google my name, Saul Lee, poetry prize, and U Chicago, then you could at least prove that that was me. In fact, I'll do that right now. Just like literally, Saul Lee, U Chicago Poetry Prize. I think. Okay, you have to actually be more specific. Heart of Poetry. Oh, sorry, Heart of Chicago. Sorry, Heart of Chicago Poetry Prize. Saul Lee, Heart of Chicago Poetry Prize. Oh my god. And then put quotations around my Saul Lee. Hey, this used to come out really easily. Now it no longer comes out. Like anyway, but yeah, see, so for example, I literally was a Chicago student. Like you can see my poetry here even. This is not formatted anymore, but like this is my poem from like when I was like the line breaks are all gone because this website is no longer, it's such an old post that's no longer there. But yeah, like you can actually see me over here. I also don't mind sharing like a picture of a certificate of my diploma. Like I have like a diploma certificate. Yeah, but stuff like that, like uh, and yeah, I think usually parents will feel less uncomfortable once they talk with me. But not all parents do speak Korean. Oh, sorry, Korean. Not all parents speak English. Hang on. My iPad just turned off for some reason. Huh, my iPad just turned off. Hey, that's bro, that's so annoying. I'm trying to figure out how to. So I've been using my iPad mini as my second monitor ever since I switched computers. And yeah. Let's see if I can just connect it again. Anyway, yeah. So, no, yeah, for sure. You trust me. A lot of times, in my experience, I find that if the parents just call me, it becomes a lot. They become less scared because parents have a lot of experience, especially if they're English speaking. If they know Americans, they do have a lot of experience, like listening to like people talk and like literally just like listening to someone talk can kind of tell you if they're like telltale signs of like scammer. So just I don't talk like a scammer because I'm not a scammer. I don't try that hard to persuade people. so so I think they could I think that might help. Only if they're interested, only if you're interested, obviously. That's not, you know, I- every family is different. Every family has their own situation. So I'm not gonna presume to know. Now let's see. It looks like I am connected back to the thing. Yeah. Anyway, anything you need from me, I will help to the best of my ability. Meanwhile, I'm trying to see where my Twitter window just like vanished to. Where did my Twitter go? It just like vanished. Anyway, okay, this is pretty sketchy. Oh, it's came back to my window over here, but this iPad connection is pretty sketchy. How am I supposed to? I can't reliably stream like this, right? Yeah, I have. I have, but not on the new SAT. So the new SAT, every time I took it, oh, this is actually so important right now. I need to find a picture of all my old SATs. But the problem is, it's so annoying. They took it down from the website, and I don't know if I don't know if I have a picture. But on the old SAT, you'll see a bunch of 800s for the reading. Uh, uh, on the new SAT, I just took it for the first time. I took the real test for the first time on March, and then I took the And then my second time was on May, and I've been sharing it ever since the beginning. That's why you're seeing, imperfect scores as I'm like learning the process as well. Obviously on the new SAT, the reading and the writing are combined, and you saw me make some writing mistakes on March, and I think on I actually would rather hang on. I think on my 790 for May, I don't remember anymore, but 790 for May, I actually made one mistake, and I think two of them I was like, I'd rather make this mistake because I disagree with the College Board. I was like, I think it was something like that, but yeah, which never used to happen, by the way. Back in the day, I never used to like, not never. There were a couple questions, but it wasn't that frequent where I would be like, oh, the College Board is wrong. But but there's some suspicious answers there in the was it the May or the not man I need to actually sort this out in my head so I don't get confused and bumble every time I talk about it. I'm just looking at my bookshelf right now to see if maybe there's a place where I kept all my old SAT scores. You don't know what you got yet because it comes out on the 14th. You know what? That's probably one of the big reasons why people aren't sure. Not just you, but like people generally would not be sure if they want an August SAT yet because naturally, and I wasn't thinking about this very consciously, but now that I think about it, people would be much clearer on whether they want to take SAT August course once the 14th. Oh, sorry, once the 14th passes. Huh. And then literally my course is supposed to start like 3 days later. I wonder if that's good timing or bad timing. I'm not sure. Is that good or bad timing? Because the reason it might be good is because, okay, at least as soon as you decide, you can just go. But then the bad thing is that now I have to do hella phone calls between 14th and 17th. Like all of that is all because I don't want to take class. I don't want to take new students in the middle of the like I don't want to have new students come in after the first class. Yeah, it usually is 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it. Is it better to do it all? Married, welcome to the stream and also hi for the first time. Yeah, I was in the middle of this thought about. I'm in the middle of two thoughts literally right now. The first one is where is my old SAT scores, and the second one is, taking so many phone calls between the 14th and the 17th. Am I okay with? Am I chill with that? So I'm just thinking about those two things right now. Okay. I'll put those two on hold for a second and come back to Aaliyah. Oh, no, Daniel, I didn't fully reply to that, right? Yeah, so it does take a whole month for them for the June test, and I don't know the reason for sure, but like I would say it's probably the College Board because they're education people. They're like, hey, it's summer, we want to rest. So that's what I think it would be. Oh no. There's also a different explanation online, which is because the June they use so many different variants of the test. There's like many different versions of the tests. They want to double check for the cheating and the whatnot, and I guess that takes more time when there's so many different versions of the test, which kind of intuitively makes some sense. But I think on the cheating front, actually, it should be easier. Honestly, it should be easier to tell if there was cheating if there's so many different versions of the test, right? I'm kind of confused, honestly, about that, but whatever. Yeah, so those are, like, again, this is all speculation. Unless we actually have somebody from the College Board who's willing to speak about this, it's not 100% sure, but either they're on vacation or they're taking more time because there's so many different versions of the tests on June. And yeah. When the online SAT comes out, I think it's supposed to be instant if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I read the thing that came out, and it's not like I don't know, man. It's just like not my style to like memorize all these details. Yeah. Oh yeah, the AP test. That's also a thing. But maybe, yeah, maybe there's a resource crunch. That does make sense as well. That does make sense. Yeah, yeah. My AP Link students, the ones that at least communicated with me, got five, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go with the trig and geometry. You know, I don't. I wish I had tips for math, but I'm not ready to give tips for math. Um, I don't know if you guys saw my math streams. They're terrible because it's just what you're seeing on my math streams is like the dinosaur of a guy who used to be really really good at math, like intuitive math sense. I was good at it. Like I'm not like the top best, you know. If I was top best, I probably would have kept sticking with math. But you know, I took the AMC and Amy. I went to Chicago, and I originally thought, I originally thought that I might be a math major because I loved math. Uh, but yeah, when I say terrible, what I mean specifically is not the actual answers. I actually what I mean by terrible is like it's not a good stream because I don't know what to explain because for me it's just intuition, and it's just like this unspeakable sort of like mojo that's happening in my head, and so I'm just like, this is I think how you're supposed to do it, and this is just how so I just become like a normal person at that time. I'm not really a teacher at that point where I've analyzed the reading process enough and I've analyzed the reading processes of students enough that I kind of know what you guys are thinking and what I'm thinking and what's different. But I haven't done the same for math because I was never really a math tutor unless you're going to include that time when I was like when I was like 16 and teaching like my teaching like other kids from my schools. But like yeah, excluding that time, I was never really a math tutor. So yeah, no tips. I'm sorry. But you know what? The nice thing about math is there are so many good math teachers online and on, in the books and stuff that I feel like even if you can't get an answer right now, you can get an answer within a day. All right. So let me, let me, I wanted to make this one comment though about Junha because I don't know anything, but I literally just saw this. This is such a crazy thing. He wasn't interested in mathematics until a chance encounter during his sixth year. You do you see how crazy this person is? This is like the least um, disciplined Asian student in the world. he, he doesn't finish high school. He tries to become a poet. He goes to college, presumably starting with English literature. And for 6 years, he doesn't graduate. And then he finally has this like breakthrough moment where it's like, oh, math is kind of interesting, and then he becomes a Fields medalist. That's freaking insane. That's like the craziest, honestly. Uh, so, um, in personality psychology, by the way, there is a way of kind of assessing why a person is this way. This person is extremely, extremely, extremely high on openness, and people who are really high on openness also tend to be higher on IQ and sensitivity to language, uh, and and I don't know if patterns is the right word because I'm not a psychology like expert, but like the kind of creative work that you would do in like poetry and the kind of creative work you would do in math, I think they're different. They're actually more similar than you would expect. I think they're very similar. Like for me too, because I'm also extremely high on openness. I I gravitated towards poetry, but also towards sculpture, but also also towards things like, oh, I kind of want to know code, but not like code for learning how to make a website, because there's like tools for that, like like how do machines and humans communicate, and like how can I kind of fuck with that in like a poetic way. So I find this kind of person very interesting because this person is like a very much more successful version of what I want to be. you know. so uh, so yeah, it's just such an interesting guy. He's 39, so he's 6 years older than me. What, dude? This iPad connection is not reliable. Yo. And this is not even that old of an iPad. So like what am I supposed to do with this? Apple? Like how am I supposed to stream on your devices? Do I need to buy a second monitor just for this? Anyway, yeah, my nothing everything I'm doing on the iPad is not showing anymore. So I need to like disconnect and reconnect. Let me see if I can do it. Oh, you've not been able to see for longer than. So from my perspective, it was only 30 seconds that you couldn't see. From your perspective, was it longer? Hey, I'm I'm honored. It's my first time getting spammed. What the hell? I've never been spammed before. Yo, I fucking made it, guys. I made it. It's been 10 minutes. Oh, dude, so sad. Uh, guys, I made it. I've never been spammed before. I'm like really happy right now. Uh, okay, anyway. Uh, hang on. What happened just now? What happened? Wait, so I'm just trying to connect it back to my screen again. So sad. Oh, what? Oh, this is actually obnoxious. Okay, now I'm no longer happy. So I actually am not 100% sure what I'm supposed to do, but okay. Loy Frimpong. So how were the APs? How were APs for you guys? I'm kind of curious. Also, let me try to figure out how to fix this screen problem. I see the iPad mini is not showing. That's so annoying. Okay, two of my faces right now. And then reconnect. Please connect. It's not connecting. It's not connecting. Ah, these spammers. Hey, I wonder, is there an easy way of dealing with these? Hide user on this channel. Pin message. Well, don't want to do that. Well, there must be some way of auto filtering. There must be some way of auto filtering. Put report. Holy crap. And I don't see any way of like hide user on this channel. I don't see a way of like banning them. Anyway, I'm just double check. Like I'm actually, since this is literally my first time getting spammed, I'm also just trying to figure out how to deal with this. This user's message will be hidden, but for me, I have thought about streaming on Twitch, but it's like for me, I so let me just quickly zoom out real quick. I have thought about streaming on Twitch, but the problem with Twitch is that like if no one is typing SAT into Twitch. No one is searching SAT into Twitch. You know what I mean? Whereas literally for YouTube, if you if you search if you search SAT on Google, there will be a there will be a connection from Google to YouTube and from YouTube to me. So, the more successful I am on YouTube, the more I can get like that SAT traffic. But Twitch, man, you have to literally like go into, I think, was it like there's not even an educational category from what I remember. Um, you would have to like go into just chatting and then browse through the filters where it says like English, and then I'm like one of those guys, but all those other people on Twitch is like on English. They're like reading books and stuff. It's like super. It's not easy at all. You know what I mean? So hide user on this channel. Okay. So Barat and Loy and Daniel, you guys all took AP Lang, not AP Lang, AP tests. So it seems like some of you took history. Oh, that sucks, Daniel. I just sad that happened. You think it was more the writing part or more the multiple choice? What do you think happened for you? And also, no one else is sharing, but hey, Aaliyah and Loy, like, how'd you guys do? And Barat. Yeah, I feel like with the AP, with like the AP bio, I definitely think you should, just generally AP, you need to start really investing time into your writing, which is not what my channel is currently about. I want to eventually hit writing too, because when I was your age, I actually was a garbage writer. I had such a good vocabulary and I had such good grammatical sense that I could write the most complicated sentences in the world if you wanted me to. Like I was able to do anything with my writing. Not anything, but a lot of things with my writing in terms of sentence by sentence. But I was such a garbage writer. I did not know how to make my writing better. I just only knew a bunch of like grammatical tricks and syntactical tricks and like vocabulary, because that's what I studied for the SAT and for like, that's what I thought, and AP language too. I thought that's what the whole point was. Yeah, so I actually learned to write in a sort of slow and considered way. Like I was like, oh, okay, that's how you get better at writing. So I do want to teach more writing too. It's one of my it's I think it's really important. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what people were saying about US history, but I do remember people being upset about uh like on Reddit. I vaguely remember people uh complaining about the DBQ for history, as well as the argument essay for AP Lang. I'm debating whether to switch back to this view, but it's weird because, like, here, if I switch to this view, first of all, my stop jerking free. The reason, like, this is weird because it keeps, like, it shows you all of my moderator actions. So I need to find some way of only showing the end result. Man, this is so annoying, right? How am I supposed to deal with this? Oh well. Uh, I don't know how to study for English. Like math, you just go on YouTube. Yeah, studying for English is much less. I actually think studying for English can be taught almost as well as for math. But the problem is that it's not. So it's really hard to find that resource. Like you need somebody. Like if I was a kid, I really wished I could find somebody who could analyze the reading process and analyze sentences in the same way that isn't there a way to like ban people? I'm like kind of confused. Um, oh, participant. Oh, wait, there's a participant's view. Subscribe only mode. Oh, is there a mode like that? But I don't know if that's if I can I change that in the middle of my stream. Let's see. That makes sense though. Until now, I just needed more engagement, but this is not the kind of engagement I want. uh, hold comments for no. Where's my chat? I don't know if I can change it during the chat. I don't know if I can change it during the stream. So I might just have to learn to. Oh, I can change it during the stream. Okay. I guess minimum subscribe time 1 minute makes sense. All right, let's try that. Daniel, thank you for dropping the. Wow, that is gonna make things so much easier. Holy crap, so much easier. Unless these spam bots have like a subscriber thing. Okay. Wow, Daniel, I'm learning from you. Thank you. Yeah, so some of you guys are getting fours instead of fives. Sorry to hear that, guys. Uh, I don't know a lot about the bio test. Did I take AP Bio when I was a kid? Like, I literally do not remember the AP science tests because I took chemistry on like a last minute, and I should just take it anyway, even though I hate chemistry, kind of like whim. And I took physics. I wanted to take C, but my school didn't offer C, so I took B. Uh, I don't remember. Is there a writing component? There must be a writing component. So I think even for the sciences, you really need to improve your writing. Yeah. No, yeah, I think it's all relative. Like if you want a five but get a four, it sucks. If you want a three and get a four, it's like amazing. Uh, and the reason you want a certain number is, sometimes it's a combination of things. It's like your goals, your background, your experience, and also sometimes your delusion. Sometimes you are aiming too high. So yeah, so it's good to know the reality is that four is still a good score at an objective level. Because maybe you're deluded. Maybe you're aiming too high for your abilities. All right. I probably should go. I do need to go. I do need to go and get started on my day. I could not fix this iPad issue today, which is like a little frustrating because I want to be able to use this in the future. But hmm, like I love Apple for the what's it called? They're like how easy it is to switch between like my monitor to my iPad and whatever, but like it yeah, for streamers, man, there's like only OBS and it's not it's not easy. Uh anyway, let's I have to figure this out in the future. All right, well, physics. The word hard is so the word, here's what I can say. If you're in the top 10% of your school and your school is in the top 30% of the nation, uh, then you should find it not that hard. Like you might be challenged, but you shouldn't find it like overwhelming to get like a 5. If you're, I'm just making these numbers up because I'm not an AP expert right now, but if your school is like top, if your school is top 50 in the nation, and if you are top 30, for example, then you should find it manageable to get like, when I say top 50, I mean top 50% in the nation, and you are like top 30% in your school for physics, then maybe you should be aiming between like a 3 or 4, right? So it's honestly, it really depends on, you know, how much physics you've learned through your school, how much you've learned independently. Uh, there's so many factors, like, you know, you might feel like you're really amazing at something. Like I was like, there was only like one kid. Oh no, there were 3 kids. There were 3 kids in my school when I was in high school that I thought were like similar level as me in math because I was at the top. But I was from Las Vegas, man. Our education level was not that high as a whole. uh, so I got into Chicago and I was like, holy crap, I'm not the top in my class at all in math in Chicago. I'm like near the bottom now, and it was a very eye-opening experience. So it's just, yeah. Now AP languages, sorry, AP tests are a different level. It's not the same as like, you know, it's not like aiming at the top of the top of the top. But like, yeah, if you want to be comfortably a 5, I would say you should be in the top 10% of your school. If your school is in the top like 30% in the nation, something like that, you know. If your school is reputed to be a good school and you're in the top 10% of that school, then that's a pretty good metric for like, okay, I have a pretty solid shot at the 5. So it's not always just your skill level relative to your resources. Maybe your resources aren't the best. You know, maybe you're maybe you are in an economically depressed neighborhood where the politics works out, where you guys don't get a lot of resources and your teachers are underpaid, and you know that can happen. It's reality. You know, I didn't grow up with amazing private school education either, and I got lucky with my really good high school, but my middle school and elementary would not necessarily consider the best. They are not the best. So yeah, I would say, yeah, you gotta have a realistic assessment of your situation, and try to get as many outside measures as possible so that you know what to expect. You guys can continue this conversation in the Discord. Now I actually will cut off the stream because I need to start on my day. Though it was good to have a chat today, guys, with you guys. All your AP scores came out, so you know you might have mixed feelings about it, but hey, I hope you learn from it and you know kind of identify what maybe your weaknesses are and find it as take it as an opportunity to keep growing. So on that note, I'll take my leave. Guys, I'll see you in a future stream, and until then, keep it real. Peace.